There was a meme I saw a long time ago where the lady was laying on, like she was laying on her deathbed, and they were trying to save her, and the doctor leans down and said, "Your husband just sat down. He looks comfortable," and she sat up. So.
Yeah. And welcome to another great episode of Local Lens. I'm your host, John.
I'm Crystal.
And here at Local Lens, it's shot inside Riley Black Studio, our premier Sebastian podcasting and content creating studio. And Local Lens is where we highlight local entrepreneurs, business owners. And today on the show, we have a sweet treat for you guys. See what I did there?
Right.
It is Shelly and Kravis from Sugar Bones Bakery. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, it is technically still morning.
Right?
Mhm.
So how was your guys' Halloween?
It was good.
It was
Eventful.
It was
Yeah.
great. Very
Lots of
eventful.
candy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Did you do you stay home and give out candy or?
We've got our 8-year-old, so he's got to go out and get his haul.
Yeah,
so
right.
We went and let him do his thing. So
My
it was
8-year-old
fun.
was like, "Where's the excitement? We're just walking around grabbing
Yeah.
candy." I was like, "We can go home." He's like, No. I just, need more." And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, overstimulated kid." Like,
Right.
Yeah.
It's amazing how they don't want to go, and then all of a sudden
Right.
they go, and then it's
Right.
like you
Right.
got to drag them back to the car.
Mhm. Yeah, especially
Yeah.
once they see friends out. If they see friends out in
Yeah.
the
Right.
streets
Oh, yeah.
too, then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, okay,
Our
this is cool.
4-year-old eventually though, he was like, "My feet are tired."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, we can go."
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like, I'm done with candy. I got all the candy I need.
I got
Right.
enough.
Got all he
Yeah.
And
needs.
the funniest thing about it is, our kid doesn't really eat it.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really?
I get,
Oh.
I
Yeah.
get my haul basically as well.
Right.
Yeah, he goes out and he gets the candy, and then
Yeah.
That's
He's
the
done.
that's
He's
the
done.
joy for him.
yeah, that's his
thrill.
joy.
Yeah.
Hang out, see a few friends, hang out, see all the costumes, and that's it.
Yeah.
So
That's cool. I was on your Facebook page and I saw we talked a little bit about the cupcakes with the black light glitter. What was it called?
Mhm.
Those would look really cool.
yes.
Yeah, that like I said, I totally forgot I had that, so I was like, well, let me see how this looks, and
Yeah.
just happened to have a blue light, so I was like practicing with it, and it turned out pretty sweet. So I was
That's
like,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
That'd be cool for like a neon party.
Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So tell us a little bit about your business. What do you offer? How does it work?
So we're just a little tiny shop. It's just him and I that do all the baking. We started out right before COVID doing just pumpkin rolls for what was it, Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, yes.
And
Thanksgiving.
then that kind of grew a little bit. And then once COVID was done and we got back into it, then we started with like offering cupcakes, macarons. We started with croissants. Those were really popular. And then he was like, hey, why don't we throw donuts in the mix? So he started looking at donut recipes, and so we've got a decent amount of variety that we do in there. But yeah, I mean, it's just kind of grown over the last few years of just adding different things. And we have cheesecakes we do now. We've got a cooler case, so
Cheesecake is my favorite.
I
It's my
love
jam.
those,
Yeah, cheesecakes, pies, our famous nana pudding. Yeah, so
Nice.
Yep.
You call it
Yeah.
nana pudding?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yep.
saw that post too. They had like 2 or 3 left the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
eventually, I have a cake recipe, a pound cake recipe that's about 100 years old.
Wow.
Oh.
So
Family recipe.
family recipe that I hadn't quite perfected yet.
Mm.
I know I won't perfect it, but I want to come as close as possible to represent the young ladies that
Right.
I got it from. So
Yeah.
How'd you get into baking and stuff?
I dragged him.
Yeah.
Basically.
yeah, she
Yeah.
literally she did.
Yeah.
I did it. I went to culinary school like
Okay.
20-something years ago.
Mhm.
So I did that for a good 10 years, and then kind of
working
swapped.
for other people?
Yes, I
Okay.
was like at mom and pop bakeries, some hotels, and then I kind of got out of that, and then maybe 10 years of nursing, and then I was like, all right, I'm done with this. Let me go back to the baking. And so that's when I drug him into it. I'm like, look, I need you to like kind of help me with some of this stuff. So
Yeah.
he was like, okay, let's do it. So we just kind of were like, all right, Well, here
Did
we
it
go.
get popular pretty quick, or like what was kind of the progression, I guess?
Well, the pumpkin rolls kind of did it for like right around holiday time.
Mhm.
So now,
And did you have a store then?
no, we
Okay.
started from the house under cottage law.
Right,
So
okay.
we did everything from there. And then we grew with everything. We kind of outgrew the space in
Right.
the house. So we needed to find a spot. So where we're at now is where we've been for a little over a year.
And
we
where's
just,
that?
It's 695 Sebastian Boulevard next to Pari Liquor Store.
Okay.
Right by Wimbro.
Mm.
So it's kind of like if you're not looking, you're not going to see it, but
Mhm.
it's a big red bakery sign. You're going to see it on the
Nice.
building.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we just kind of keep growing. It's snowballing. So we just
Mhm.
want to kind of keep the momentum going.
Yeah.
And what were you doing before you got dragged into baking?
Well, I had been a nurse for 20 plus years,
Okay.
so it kind of got burnt out and wanted
Yeah.
to do something different. I love to cook,
Yeah.
Okay.
so it wasn't that hard for her to drag me into it.
Right.
But the one thing I could not do, which my biggest fear was, I cannot bake.
Mm.
So she has slowly taught me
Converted you. Yeah.
how to bake. So cooking is not an exact science.
Right.
Right.
It's all with
Yeah,
love.
baking is
you
mess up one
yes.
little.
One half a teaspoon too much of something,
Mhm.
you've just ruined it.
Yeah.
That type of thing. As for
Yeah.
cooking, you just
More leeway.
this looks about right.
Yeah.
So
I
yes.
ask him all the time. I'm like, "How much did you put in of this or that?" And he's like, "I don't know."
I don't know.
was
I
like,
eyeballed
okay.
it. She's very particular because she's tracking
Just
her
tracking
macros and
and-
stuff like
yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
she's like, "How much is this?" So now I have to measure.
Right. Yeah.
But before I would just kind of
He'd be
eyeball it
like,
and stuff. Yeah.
half a cup.
Yeah.
I
So
think?"
how is it working together, especially since you were kind of like not afraid of baking, but it wasn't like your thing? How's it been working together?
It's been, it has as any marriage, it has its challenges.
Right.
So, but you kind of have to separate. Okay, now we're in business. This is
Mhm.
Right.
business.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of function, and a lot of times, let her take the lead.
Mm-hmm.
I let her take the lead, and I just try to fill in
Yeah.
everywhere else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that seems to help. There's no try to keep the ego out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we do the same. So I do the video, which is like this, and then she has a laser engraving and cutting. She has
Mhm.
a laser engraver, and that's her business. So for her business, I kind of do that too. Like I just kind of like see,
Support role.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Mhm. He's
see where I can
my
fit
technical
in
guy. If
and
something
this and
isn't
that.
working,
Right.
he jumps in
Right.
and helps.
And
or-
for the video, a lot of times she does like the behind the scenes, like
I'm
she
the
gets video of
behind-the-scenes
me,
girl.
Right.
kind of like fill in where she like can't or
Right.
doesn't know exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not her expertise.
It's like
Yeah.
any marriage, you have to know when to step up and when not to, when
Right.
to step back, and that's kind of what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can't. She's really busy. She's got all this stuff going on.
Mhm.
So all the ancillary stuff that we're dealing with kids and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Don't worry about it. I got that. You
Yeah.
focus on what you need to do.
Yeah.
So the laundry and
Mhm.
all
Mhm.
that type of stuff. I make sure I take care of all of that.
Right.
So and it goes hand in hand. If it's something
Yeah.
that I got pressing that I have
Right.
to complete, she'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Teamwork
It's
makes
just
dream work.
it-
One
it's
having
teamwork.
having a supportive spouse on either side when someone is running a business is huge, because
Yes.
it almost, you can't run a business even if you're running it by yourself without that support from the other side, because it takes so much that you need help from them to kind of pick up the other stuff that you can't,
One-
so
it was a quote I heard a long time ago. It's two things you can never be successful at:
mhm.
family and business
Mm.
by yourself.
Right.
But if you have somebody that's a good support system,
Mhm.
that's how you can be successful.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. For
And
sure.
we have that. We definitely we make sure that we're co-parenting like we
Right.
should. We're
Mhm.
co-business owners like we should. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
like you said, if I need to step back and let him do something, or if I need to step up and he
Right.
steps back, or what, we just,
Right.
we're
Right.
pretty good about not stepping on each other's toes and just like, look, we need to dance around each other
Mhm.
and
Right.
just
Yeah.
to get it done.
But-
So
But sometimes, as being a husband, I got to step on her toes. just to
little
be, just to
Just
let her know,
us.
just because
I'm here.
you know,
I'm here.
We just gotta pick on each other every once in a
Right?
while.
I'm bored. I need an argument.
Yeah. It's been a slow week. Like, what are we
Right.
gonna
Let's
do?
spice things
Yeah.
up with a little.
Exactly.
We haven't argued in a
Yeah.
while.
Yep.
You know, and I can tell she kind of does it too because I'll be
Uh-huh.
doing something, and here she comes. It's
Yeah.
like,
Just
and I can see it in her face.
Come on in. Like, what are we gonna get
Ready to
into?
start some trouble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like, yeah, I'm sitting there watching TV, like,
what's gonna happen?
do I look too
Trouble
comfortable?
now.
Right.
He'll ask sometimes before he sits down. He goes, "All right, now before I sit down,
Yeah, you
do
need anything?
anything?"
Because
Yeah.
as soon as I sit
So
down,
when
that's
you
when
sit
like,
down, you're done.
oh, can you give me some water? I was just up. I was
Yeah.
just in the kitchen. You saw me in the kitchen. You couldn't ask me then. You wait till I sit down.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a meme I saw a long time ago where the lady was laying on her deathbed and they were trying to save her,
Mhm.
and the doctor leans down and said, "Your husband just sat down. He looks comfortable," and she sat up. So
Yeah. I saw a reel recently where the dude would turn on his PlayStation. So like she didn't know what she wanted to eat, so he put on the PlayStation.
yes,
And she's like, Chipotle. And then he's like, oh, are you ready yet? Oh no, I'm still getting ready. He turns on the plate, it goes bing, and she's like, all right, I'm ready to go. So he's like,
saw
oh,
that.
this is a great
Yeah, I
tool
saw
to
that.
get her
Yeah.
to do
Get her
things.
motivated.
Yeah, just the
Yeah.
sound of the
Right,
PS5
right.
coming on,
Right.
and she's ready to go. She's
Right.
done.
That's funny.
So with your treats, are they available all the time? Is it pre-order? Is it at like each day? How does that work?
So we are open Thursday through Sunday,
Okay.
and so when we're there, we rent a commercial kitchen.
Okay.
So we bring everything fresh that morning.
Okay.
So you get there right when we open. You've got your pick of everything we have in there.
Mhm.
Right.
But once it's gone for the day.
Okay.
And then we just do that every single day that we're open. We just do new, fresh stuff and bring it in every day.
Okay.
we like to do everything from scratch.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So even our donuts, the
Mhm.
donuts that I make, everything's scratch.
Mhm.
So it's literally. We had people compare it to an Amish style donut
Mm.
because it's dense,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but I've had friends call it a seasoned donut
Mm.
because you can actually taste the ingredients
Mm.
in
Okay.
the donut.
Right. The spices.
Yes,
Yeah.
that you can actually taste them. So
Yeah.
you would think it's baked, but it's actually fried.
Right.
Nice.
What's that process like since you're cooking off site and bringing it in? How much prep time from? Well, what time do you guys open?
We open at 8. So we're up like 3:00 in the morning.
Wow.
We gotta, the back and forth and everything between like the kitchen and then coming and getting our son, taking him to
Mhm.
school, then
Right.
going and opening, and yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's like that old Army thing. We do more before 5 a.m. than most people.
Right. Yeah.
Uh-huh. You do a
Yeah.
lot more than we do.
Right.
We wake up at 7:30 reluctantly.
7:30
That's
is
the kids
sleeping
running
in. Like I get
Right.
excited on Sundays. I'm like, we
Right.
get to sleep in till 7.
Sleeping in to me is still 6:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Still.
sleeping in because I'm up at 5:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm awake. I might not get out of bed, but I'm awake at 5:30.
Right.
Eyes just pop
Yeah.
open.
Yeah.
Have you always been a morning person? Or
I
did
wouldn't
you
call him
have
a
to
morning
be?
person.
Wakes up.
I'm up. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I'm not a.
Yeah.
I've done it for so long. 'Cause being
Yeah.
ex-military, I was used to having to be to work at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
You're
so
just kind of
yeah.
accustomed to
Mhm.
that.
accustomed to
Yeah.
it. And I'm also too. It's almost one of those things. How far can I push my body?
Mhm.
Well, don't push
Yep.
too much at our age. We
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
stop
I know,
pushing.
Yeah,
like
you-
you turn a little bit and you
Yeah.
kink your neck on
Yeah,
your pillows
yeah.
I
or
woke
something.
up the other day
Yeah.
and my rib hurt. And I'm like, how?
Yeah.
I was sleeping. And then
Mhm.
people are like, yeah, I dislocated this and this in my sleep. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. Well,
Nope.
thank you for your service.
One thing.
Yes.
And working in news. I did the morning shift, the midnight to 1 or the like 11 to whatever. And I was up, but I wasn't a morning person. Especially
Yeah.
the midnight to like 1 o'clock. I don't talk to me before I have my
Yeah.
coffee. Like
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
needed that coffee.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
same
You know,
way.
Coffee at midnight. That's That's crazy.
Now, when it's the start of your shift.
No, yeah, but you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it's,
and then-
it's always that. It's always that. Good morning.
Yeah.
You go. What's so good about it?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
What
Right.
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
what's so
No,
good
it's
about
not
it?
good
Yeah.
yet. It's not
You know,
good yet.
when I woke up and came here, the first person I didn't want to see was you.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I knew you were coming. Because
Right.
you're always happy.
Right.
You go. Why are you so happy?
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah. When I would work the corporate job, right? So I worked with a bunch of engineers and they all got there at like 6 a.m. I would stroll in at like 7:38. It's like not having it. Tired. Don't want to talk to anybody. And they knew to wait until about 9 or 10 o'clock to talk to Crystal because,
Yep.
I needed to warm up. I needed to have my breakfast, needed to have my coffee. Okay, then we can talk. The worst ones were like, I come in, I've barely set my stuff down. And he's like, hey, can you run this report? And I was like, oh, this is too much.
No. Yep.
It's
Oh,
early
yeah.
to talk to me.
So you've been here since 6 a.m. and you waited till 8 o'clock to ask
Right.
me to run a report.
Well, no, because I had just gotten in.
Yeah.
So he's been sitting there waiting for me to get there for 2 hours.
Right.
So he's
Exactly.
like, ready to pounce.
Antsy.
And I'm
Right,
like, ugh.
and you
back
want to
up.
you
Back
want to look at
up.
him like, dude. So you don't know how to do it. So
Right.
you sat here for 2 hours and waited. So
Uh-huh.
you've been unproductive for 2 hours waiting for me to come.
No,
do
just
something.
doing everything else. But
Yeah,
I was
no,
the
but-
accounting girl.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
You know, but it's sometimes
Yeah.
it's always cool to mess. Me being a nurse
yeah.
for the last
Mhm.
few years, I've always been in management.
Right.
So I'm the one that
Yeah.
has to ask that question. You
Yeah.
know, I get that phone
So
call
what
at
have you been doing
I
while
get
you
that phone-
waited for me?
I get that phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning. Somebody asks me, "Hey man, why has nobody approved my vacation yet?"
Now's the time.
Right.
Yeah. 3 a.m.
Would you like a permanent one?
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I can give you a vacation.
How would you compare the two, being in nursing for so long and the demanding aspects of that compared to, being entrepreneurs and working for yourself and self-employed? Like, how has the transition been for you guys?
It's been no transition. It's the same. Still customer service.
Mm-hmm. True.
It's still customer
Still
service.
long hours.
Still
Yeah.
long hours.
Busting your butt, you
Yeah,
know,
you
Yeah.
know.
for all of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fight because
So-
I'm a brutally honest person, so fighting back comments kind of.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
Checking
yeah,
yourself.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry that you feel that way.
Yeah.
Right.
So you try to,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
pretty much the same. Difference is nursing, you're dealing with somebody's life.
Yeah.
Right.
Now you're dealing with somebody's stomach.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
that makes the difference.
Different
Yeah.
type of stress.
Different type of stress.
But
Yeah.
still stressful.
Different type of stress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also for yourself. It's not for like
Yes.
somebody else.
That's the big
biggest
thing.
That's the big thing.
Mhm.
That eases it
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lot. Is for me.
Yeah.
So and
Yeah.
nursing,
Working hard for your boss is different than working hard for
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
So
definitely different.
That's a major difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, because you're making your own dream come true, not somebody else's.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So what's a crowd favorite in your shop that you guys seen?
The croissants are a big one.
Yeah.
Our cinnamon roll croissants, and the chocolate croissants, those are the main ones. And then the donuts, when the donut crowd comes in, they're like, where they at? Where they at? Like, we switched stuff up a little bit just on how I had things set up. And like a couple of them, they know, come in the door and go to the right, and they're right there. And both of them, I think on 2 different days, they came in, went to the
And they
right,
weren't
and they're
there.
like, what is going on? And I'm like, just keep turning a little bit
Right.
more.
They're over there.
They're over
now.
here. And they're like, okay, you can't not have these in here. So
Right.
yeah, but those are the two.
hmm People, a lot of times they enjoy her sourdoughs because they're actually traditional sourdoughs. The 1 pound loaves that are dense that you can actually cut the top out and pour soup into.
Oh, okay.
So and it can sit in the
Mhm.
bread.
Yeah.
It's not the hybrid stuff that's oversized and
Yeah.
look like it's full of preservatives and stuff
Right.
like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you see. And that's our biggest thing about our bakery.
Mhm.
We don't have all those preservatives.
Right.
Yeah.
And all the extra stuff.
That
in
it's
there.
been sitting on the shelf for 7 days.
Right, yeah.
Right.
So
yeah,
that
I'm
type
always amazed, bread and stuff that we have, and it'll be you've had it for a minute, and then it's still not moldy, and it's like,
Mhm.
It's like, what's going on with this?
that's good
Yeah.
and bad,
Right.
'Cause
Yeah.
it's like, what did they put in this to make it last that long?
Exactly.
Remember when you were a
know?
kid?
Mhm.
Remember when you were a kid? You go get a loaf of bread, and the
Mhm.
date would be 7 days after that day.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you now notice that it's now 2 weeks, sometimes 2 or 3 weeks.
To be honest, I haven't noticed.
If you pay attention, if you look at bread, the date is 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Well, with 2 boys, they don't last 2 weeks.
They really
So.
Nothing. Well, you know,
the
we
peanut
have
butter jelly sandwiches just on rotation.
Put them
just-
on the conveyor
we
belt.
have we have 6 kids total, so
Ooh.
so we know.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
the rotation.
Yeah, we don't hit expiration dates at our house too much.
When we've
Right,
got them
on
all
the
at the
healthy
house,
stuff.
neither do
Yeah.
we. Mm-mm.
You know,
No,
you
it's
know, you
daily
got,
grocery runs.
Yeah.
you know, because I typically, if I cook, I like to wait a minute before I eat.
Right.
I can't do that.
Right. No, because it'll
No,
be gone.
if
There
I-
won't be anything left.
If I don't put a plate
Yeah.
and hide it,
Right.
and then they're searching because they can smell it.
Or eat as you go.
Eat as you go, you know, or dad doesn't get anything to eat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they're staring. Even the small one, he's staring. Talking about some. You gonna eat that?
Yeah. My
Yeah.
favorite part is they eat dinner and I'm still hungry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, go have a banana. Go have more
Right.
of dinner. I want chips. Then you're not hungry.
Yeah.
Like
If you're hungry, you
like
go
hobbits.
have.
You're
Yeah.
bored. You're
Like
bored
hobbits,
as
you
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
You know, they got to have their second breakfast. You know,
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
you know, we got to have second lunch. No, we
Yeah.
don't have to
We
have
sure don't.
second
Yeah.
lunch.
Candy all
You know.
the time.
Especially now
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Halloween buckets full of candy. We have ours on top of the fridge
We
so
had
they
to
can't
hide
reach
it
it.
because our 4-year-old is a lollipop sniper. Or I don't know what
He was specifically going after
asking,
lollipops.
Yeah, he'd ask
Yeah.
or like if they let him choose, he was grabbing the lollipops.
He was moving things.
Last,
picking
last
lollipops.
year, he was still in the stroller when we were on Thanksgiving on Halloween, and he had like his little basket or whatever in front of him, and he kept sneaking them because he's in the stroller, so I can't see him.
Mm-hmm.
And then every once in a while we'd look, he'd have another sucker. He got 10 before I had to finally like take it away from him because I'm like, no, he'd finish one and then he'd go to the next one. And then we catch him and we take it away. And then 2 seconds later we'd look and he had another one. He was a little sneak.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
What is your favorite part of running a bakery?
Well, we kind of hit on it before, just doing it for myself,
Mhm.
doing it for us, our family, like, not, busting my butt for somebody else. I'm
Right.
busting my butt
Right.
for me
Yeah.
and for what we want to accomplish.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Like when we sell
It really
out,
does hit
it's
a
like,
lot different.
huge
Yeah.
high five. Like, yeah, like we did this. Like this,
Yeah.
we did this all on our own. Like,
Mhm.
Mhm.
Not
Through
for
all the
anybody
hard work,
else.
The 3 a.m.s
Yeah.
and yeah.
it makes it worth it.
Yeah. Same for you?
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
it's the same. Being able to do it for myself.
Yeah.
It's being anything else I've ever done in life is always for somebody else.
Right.
Mhm.
I miss that because I'm still doing.
Yeah,
that-
sometimes it's
that-
nice
that-
when you don't have to have
Yeah.
the responsibility.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
The weight on your
Like,
shoulders.
you can't
Yeah.
really like call off,
Right.
It's like,
Right.
I just not feeling it today.
Right.
It's
Mhm.
like, I still gotta get up.
Right.
you know.
Mhm.
So, and that part of it, for me is being that I know I'm doing it for myself. Besides just doing it for a paycheck
Mhm.
Right.
for somebody else.
Right.
Mhm.
I feel like sometimes we make other people rich
Yeah.
when we have the ideas in our head that we could actually not make ourselves
I
rich.
remember when I saved my corporate job like $200,000 and I got a $50 Visa gift card. I was like,
Like,
Yeah, it's
thanks.
like-
And I get it.
You're
That's not my
welcome.
money or even
Yeah.
their money, but it was
Mhm.
like, dang, I just saved you a lot of money.
Yeah.
And,
Well, at least they gave you a gift card.
but it's
Right.
true. A lot of times
Yeah.
it's
Could've
like
been just like a
thanks
pat on
if
the
you're
back.
lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it, but that's your part of your job. That's what you're
Right.
supposed to do.
Right. Yeah.
And that's kind of in the world that we live in nowadays.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's that's you get a
Yeah.
great job, but
Mhm.
it's
That's
part
your
of your job. That's part of
Yeah.
your job.
Right.
Mhm.
How difficult has it been keeping up with demand? Because I have seen, you said you come in with a certain amount of stuff, so first come, first serve, and then you sell out. But obviously, you don't want to keep selling out. It's a good sign, but you don't want your customers to be like, oh, every time I go, they're sold out of this or that. How tough is it to keep up with demand?
It's been difficult. We've had to, like, when we first started at this location, I think we had to bump up production 4 times, I think it
Yeah.
was, just
You
because
keep
we
thinking this will be
were.
enough, this will be enough.
Yeah.
And I had to just keep.
And I mean, like I said, it's a good problem
Good
to
problem,
have,
yeah.
but it's like there's only 2 of us.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, we need to clone ourselves sometimes to like get some more of it done, but it's just like, all right, more coffee, more monsters, and let's just, push
Right.
through. So
And
I mean,
and
it's
it's
hard.
and the market is so hard because
Mhm.
1 week something you have is a crowd favorite.
Mhm.
Right.
You can't keep it on the shelf.
Right.
Next week they're like,
And
nope.
nope, next week then that afternoon you're throwing it away.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're throwing a whole bunch of it away. So
Mhm.
it's up and down.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
up and down. It just depends on what people feel like eating that week.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
Do you have some like favorite customers or your regulars? Like, how does that feel if there's the people who like like the donut people that you were saying like that
Mhm.
come in? I don't know how regularly they come in. Are there people who come in like daily or weekly or?
Both.
Yeah.
We've got a couple croissant guys that come in like once a week for the
Nice.
chocolate croissants. So it's cool to see that because
Yeah.
you see him pulling up. I'm like, all right, here he comes.
Like,
Like,
here's Sally or here's
Yeah.
Jerry.
Yep. And we've had quite a few people that stuck with us from when we were first at the house too.
Yeah.
So it's like they're like, oh, we've been
Lifers.
coming and
Yeah.
watching, and like there's a lot of people, especially recently in the last month, I'd say, that have been like, because I'm big about posting. I try to be.
Mhm.
That's huge.
So
Yeah.
they watch the page all the time. So they'll come in and be like, I've been watching you since you first opened. And,
Aw.
and I'm like, all right, sweet. It's like, all right, what I'm doing is getting out there
Yeah.
and reaching people.
Mhm.
And like I said, the people that have stuck with us, like, it's cool to have those people that are like loyal to us.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they keep coming. So
Yeah.
we're like,
Yeah.
all right, sweet.
On
We
the
like it.
on the hard days for me, those are the people that motivate me
Mhm.
to keep going,
Mhm.
because with just everything being like up and down and like, our other podcast that we do for the laser engraving business, sometimes you kind of just get in the motion. You don't really know, like if your listeners or your customers, right, aren't loud about it and like giving you that shout out or telling you when they're in there, hey, I've been here from the
Mhm.
beginning or whatever, you
Yeah.
sometimes like feel like you're talking into like an echo chamber that like no one's actually like listening. So you
Mhm.
kind of forget your why or your
Yes.
motivation sometimes.
Mhm.
And so every once in a while, like we were actually just at an event last week or the week before, and I was talking to I was standing there and this guy was standing next to us and he was recording something. He goes, oh, is this a paid gig, or I hope this is a paid gig? And I was like, kinda, it's for content, but it's not, they're not paying us.
Yeah.
And he's like, I said, we have a laser podcast. He goes, yeah, I know, I'm a listener. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
and like we're not, at like an event that's
Right.
there's lasers there, sure, but like it's not a laser,
Mhm.
event. And then that happened like a second time where someone walked up to us like, oh, I love your content, so great to meet you. And I was like, holy
Mhm.
crap,
Yeah.
So it
Yes.
was like those moments. It was like, oh, okay, like just the reminder of why you do it, because
Mhm.
sometimes it can just feel like you're going through all the motions for
Yep.
nothing sometimes.
It gets very
Yeah.
mechanical at times
Mhm.
where it's just like boom, 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 gotta get it out, gotta keep producing
Right.
and, getting your stuff going. But,
Mhm.
minutes like that, they're short little, tiny little spurts. But I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
it can totally like reset
Yep.
you and be like, all right, this is what I'm doing this for.
Yep.
So, yeah,
Exactly.
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things I told her in the beginning, which she was reluctant about doing, I said, you have to show your face.
Yeah.
You do.
You have to
We
show
say
your
that all the
face.
time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you don't show your face, they don't know.
Well, and they
Right.
don't have that connection.
They don't
to
have that
you.
connection.
Mhm.
You know, they
Yeah,
they,
you
they
can't
love
have
to.
connection to hands or to food. I mean,
Mhm.
you can. We have a connection to
To
but-
food.
Yeah, but the big thing I told her, you have to be. So what she did was her and my son first started off. I've become secondary. Like if you come to the shop, we have a mural of both of us on the
Oh,
shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now it's kind of funny. They recognize the first person they recognized was my son.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
They picked up on him first,
Yeah.
Right.
and then they started being her. And then now they see us together. Now, like the night of Halloween night,
Mm.
it's pitch black, pitch straight dark. I don't know how that guy
Yeah.
goes, "Hey, y'all on Sugar Bones," and it was like, Yeah, first of all, it's really dark out here.
Like,
How
right?
on
Yeah.
earth you picked us
Yeah.
out? Out of all these people out here, you picked us out. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but it's getting your face out there.
Yeah, it
People
really
like,
is.
and a lot of people have followed our journey because it was
Mhm.
rocky.
Right.
It
Yeah.
was very rocky starting off.
Yeah.
Right.
So people have followed our journey and rooted for us and stuff
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
that. So, but the biggest thing was getting the face out there so
Yep.
they can
Yeah.
actually put the name with a person.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah, it's
so
it's what I tell people anytime they're asking questions about content or like,
Mhm.
oh, I want to do more content, but I don't want
I don't
you
like
know, I
my
don't want to be
face, or I don't
shown
like
or
my
this and that.
voice.
And it's
Yeah.
like you are your company, and people buy from people. They don't
Right.
buy from brands
Mhm.
because
Right.
they rather buy from you than Dunkin' or
Right.
whatever chain bakery, because they don't know it's just a chain and they
Yeah.
know it.
right,
Mhm.
Where here is like, I know who I'm supporting.
Right.
right,
I'm
Exactly.
supporting
Right.
Shelly.
Mhm.
And like,
right. So
and
we are, and that's kind of what I was like. We're not a corporate. We're not a
Right.
corporation. We're not a franchise.
Mhm.
Mhm.
We're not trying to get rich.
Right.
Right.
We
I'm
keep,
just trying to pay a bill.
Yeah.
We're just trying to live.
Right.
you know,
Just
I
trying
just
to
want,
live.
I just want to be comfortable where I don't have to worry about too
Exactly.
Yep.
much.
Mhm.
I
Right.
know I'm gonna have worries, but I don't want to have to
Right.
worry
Right.
about too much.
Exactly.
And that's our biggest selling point. You
Yeah.
know, we are part of the community.
Exactly.
Right.
Son plays football here. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
that
what I
type of
was
stuff.
gonna say,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're part of we want to be part of the community.
Yeah.
You know, which it's kind of hard sometimes in that
Mhm.
aspect, but
Mhm.
yeah, we
Right.
want to be part of this community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, the like you were saying with supporting you, like comparing like Dunkin', when we go to Dunkin', right? We're supporting the big corporation.
mhm.
But when we buy donuts from you guys, we're helping you guys pay your mortgage, we're helping you guys, pay for your son's football, like that
Yes.
kind of stuff. When we reach out to like our followers for our podcast, it's like when you support us, you're literally helping us put food on the table,
Mhm.
like swimming for the boys, like that kind of stuff. And so
Yeah.
it's different.
It's-
When you can, you try to do that.
Yes.
when you support small business, you're supporting families.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, that's the biggest thing. Small and other small business need to support small business because
Yeah.
you're
Right.
supporting it. You know,
Exactly.
we all become a family.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, all become a family. You know, because a lot of times if she gets a cake order that she knows she can't do in time, or
Right.
something she knows that she can do but not
Mhm.
hadn't done in a while,
Right.
she does refer them to other places.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, it's like I can't do it. I don't have enough time frame. I have
Right.
too many orders
And
right
yeah,
now.
sometimes just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Doesn't
Right.
doesn't
Right.
mean you should.
Yeah.
So she refers to a lot of different bakeries and
Mhm.
Yeah.
stuff like that. She'll give them,
Mhm.
you know. So that's
Yeah.
kind of how
Right.
we operate. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we don't want to badmouth another small business.
Right.
We want it to promote. That's why
Yep.
we have a corner. We have a corner, especially in our shop, for business cards, stuff like that.
Mm.
We even do pop-ups.
Mm.
Okay.
Mhm.
We even do pop-ups. Like
Nice.
other small businesses can come
Yeah.
in and set up
Mhm.
and sell their stuff. You know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
cool.
So we have just a special corner for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Do you want to remind people where you're at, your hours, and that kind of stuff, so they know, how they can support you or where they can find you?
Well, sure. So it's 695 Sebastian Boulevard, right next to Party Liquor, and we're open Thursday through Sunday, 8 to 5.
Yep.
Or until
Or
you
until
sell
you
out.
sell out.
Or until we sell out.
Or until
yes.
we sell out.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So be sure you get your treats soon.
Right, early.
Early in the day.
Yes.
Yes.
And just to close out, what is like a big what's a dream for you? What's the next step for you guys?
To bake on site, to have our spot that we're not have to run back and forth,
Mhm.
like to have our own equipment, everything in
Yeah.
there, make it 100% like this is our gig. This is
Yeah.
our
Right.
spot right here. Like that's the goal.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Can't wait to see
She wants us to start moving up and start selling hot sandwiches and stuff like that.
Oh
so
yes. He makes a mean pulled pork.
that.
so
Yeah.
Okay.
full smoked meats and stuff like that. Yeah,
On our fresh croissants. I mean, come on.
yeah,
now.
Yeah,
so,
right.
since-
So
yeah,
I'm
since-
already hungry.
so yeah, so that's kind of that's kind of our goal.
Mhm.
I think it's just to be a part of the community. That's our
Yeah.
biggest
Yeah.
goal, just to be a
Mhm.
be a staple in the community, you know, because we've heard a lot of people talk about bakeries don't last, bakeries don't last, bakeries don't last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, we want to
We're
be
here
big.
to prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to be big. We want to be big enough to where we can sustain a life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we want to be small enough to where we don't have
Yeah.
all the corporate
Right.
headache,
Mhm.
you know. So
Yep. Yeah, same. I mean, the goal is to live comfortably.
yes.
Mhm.
You don't necessarily have to be, you know, a millionaire. Like the goal of business isn't always for the millions.
No.
Mm-mm.
It's just like you were saying, to
'Cause that
live
comes with more
comfortably.
problems.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
More
don't
mo-
want the
more money, more problems.
Right, right, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
I just want
definitely.
the beef jerky money, and that's it.
Right.
You know? That's
Hey,
it.
beef
I
jerky
don't want to
be
have to worry
Yeah.
about how
Right.
much that beef jerky
Right.
Yeah,
is. Like,
you
I
know,
just
you
wanna
know, yeah.
pick it
Walk
up.
into a
Yeah.
convenience store and
Right.
spend $20 and don't have to sit there and think
Right.
about what did I just spend $20.
Right.
Why did I
Right,
just
right.
spend
How many
this?
donuts do I
Right.
have to sell to pay for this?
Yes,
Yes.
you know, and I walked out the store with 3 things. You know,
I tell her all the time, my goal is to set everything on auto pay and not have to worry
Yes.
about it.
Yep.
Yes.
Set all the bills on
Mhm.
auto pay and just not even have to worry about
Right.
like, oh, well,
week or
this
next
week's,
week or-
you know,
yeah.
we're gonna pay this now, and then you
Yeah,
know
gotta
we have
split 'em.
until the 15th technically
Right.
to
Yep,
pay
yep.
this.
The
Yeah, when
grace
you-
periods.
You know, just pay
Yeah.
everything on time, auto pay. Don't have to worry about it. That's the
Yeah.
goal.
That's-
yeah, no,
yeah,
no,
that's
yeah,
the
that no
life
grace
right there.
period. Never have to worry about a grace period.
Exactly,
Yep.
Yes,
exactly.
never have to worry about a
exactly.
grace period. That's
That's
that
good.
is a great goal.
And a great spot, I think,
You know.
Right.
to wrap it up. Thank you guys for spending time with us.
Great conversation.
And
Thank you.
let's help them build their bakery all on site by going to
Yes.
shopping with them and getting diabetes together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Help us get on auto pay.
Right?
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
And if you guys want to be highlighted on Local Lens, feel free to reach out to us either Facebook or Instagram at Riley Black Studios, or you can email us at info@RileyBlackStudios.com. And it's been another great Local Lens.